This is something hard to escape, difficult to change, and all too often almost impossible to leave. The world of sex work and sexual exploitation. It's a world that exacts a terrible toll on the individuals involved.
I had been in a pretty abusive family. I met somebody on the street. They ended up putting me through prostitution. I was just really hurt and broken.
Consider that the average age of women entering the sex trade is between 12 and 14. That 80% of these women have been victims of rape. And that the average age of death for women sex workers is 34. The leading cause of death? Homicide. In short, it is the most dangerous occupation in the world for women. In Indianapolis alone, thousands of women, whether by circumstance or coercion, fall into sex work. Yet there is a safe place to turn. It's called Kristy's House.
The mission of Kristy's House is to equip and empower sexually exploited women through the relational love of Christ. The population that we serve are women aged 18 and older who have been involved in trafficked or non-trafficked sex work or commercialized sexual exploitation.
To help women change the course their lives have taken, Kristy's House enlists mentors that work hand in hand, providing the inspiration and resources needed to make a difference.
A lot of times in my other relationships, they haven't been through the things that I've been through. So I think with my mentor, I feel safer bringing up sexual abuse and things like that with her. I can see God's work. My mentor is who I want to be.
Kristy's House creates individual case plans while working with other organizations to provide the support and care that women need to turn their lives around.
You know, we hear a lot about sex trafficking today, and that's a wonderful thing that the awareness has become what it is, and so many people want to get behind that. You oftentimes hear a distinction made, though, between a trafficking victim and a prostitute. And in reality, serving both of those clients, when you start to really dig into those core issues, what you find is very common, and that is trauma. That is coming from broken homes. That is a lack of secure attachment. At the end of the day, you can have years of sobriety and find housing and get a job and all of those things. But if you don't deal with those core issues, then you can't have that true long-term healing. And that's where we come into play.
At Kristy's House, healing comes through a long-term commitment, with mentors maintaining relationships that last for years and years.
My mentor has been pretty awesome. She always points me back to God's grace and that God has put people in my life to love me and her into my life to love me. It isn't a coincidence that we have struggled with very similar things, and He has brought her through and has shown me what I can be in 10 years or 20 years, or maybe even 5, who knows?
Today, Kristy's House is making a positive difference by embracing, encouraging, and empowering women through biblical mentoring and counseling. Kristy's House, a safe place to turn.